And hello everyone, and welcome to another episode on Ohana's Hobby Workshop. This is another episode for Mango's Journey, as people can tell. And today we're going to talk about something a bit more different. So we are obviously still diving into things with me. So we're going to dive into the past a bit with me. So just a heads up, this might be a trigger warning. And sort of like I've spoken a bit about it, not much. I haven't gone into detail, but I want to start doing that, just so people know they're not alone and stuff like that. Just in case it does help someone. So we'll do this one about the childhood, I think, but a little bit about it. So unfortunately, my childhood was not the greatest of upbringings. There's no easy way to put it. I was abused as a child, in all three ways. I'm not. It's the physical, mental, and obviously the other side that I don't like saying the word because it makes me feel quite sick. But I had that for 16 years. By the parents, I used to get beaten the shit out of. And one of the I've got memories. That's why I have the complex PTSD. Is from all this. So like one of the vivid memories I have is being tied to a fucking banister and cuffed. When me and my brother got cuffed and tied to a banister while our mother left us and went out for the weekend or the night or however long it was. And come back the next day, sort of thing, to get out to basically, yeah. I've been like locked in cupboards, wardrobes. When I was born, obviously I'm one of seven. I have an older brother. He suffered similar things, but not to the extent I did. And when I was born, I was starved as a child when I was born because I wasn't female. Quite ironic now, if you think about it, because obviously I'm changing genders. And as you can tell, this is definitely a difficult subject. And it screwed me up mentally. Because in the long run, like, yeah, if it happens once or twice, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable either way. But when you have years and years and years of it, it puts on a dampener. So I have a fear of being touched now because of it. I can't handle physical contact. I struggle with it so much. There is obviously my partner who I'm comfortable around, who helps me through it. And there is another person that is the exact same. I feel comfortable around them because they know what I'm going through at this present time to do a transition, so I feel comfortable. I don't know why. It's hard to explain to people why I have that phobia. It sounds really silly as well. I have a phobia of women in general. Just because that, like, easiest way to put it, like, when your mother does shit like that, fucking, and your father, your biological fathers, biological parents, shit happens and it fucks you right over. And it's difficult. I can't say it's not, because it is. On a day-to-day life, I relive everything. I relive all the abuse, getting beaten the shit out of, to the extent where I got bullied at school a lot from it. I used to get beaten up at school, and then I turned into the bully because I thought that was the normality, just beating people up, just mentally fucking their heads up and shit like that. And I thought that was the normality, and I thought that was how you were supposed to act. You were supposed to abuse people, essentially. Abuse them, get what you want, throw them off to the side like they're a piece of shit. And I'd done that for years and years and years because of, obviously, I was brought up like that, and I didn't realise what I was doing. I didn't realise I was spiralling out of control. Like, when you can turn around and say to someone, yeah, you've been on drugs since you were 9 years old, and you were just dependent on them, it is not a good thing. Like, I was let down by social, by the child services every single time, the police, authority, and I was always let down by them. I would always ring them, and then I would get in trouble for wasting police time because they didn't believe a kid. They just believed the parents. The amount of times I ran away from home and then got arrested and brought back despite saying what I was saying was ridiculous. And like, and that just brings on to like another thing, like when you get these people that are doing everything they can for kids and they're the ones that suffer, but you've got these people that do what I had, do the abuse, they get to keep their kids. It's not right. So I'll just say that one thing. And I ended up on doing all of the shit that comes with it. I was in constant fights, and I didn't know what to do because at the same time I knew I wasn't what they wanted me to be. I knew I wasn't a boy essentially, or a guy, or however you want to put it. I knew that I knew I wasn't like straight. I knew there was something different, and I hid it away because out of fear I would get it beaten out of me, because I went through every day getting a beating, getting hit with fists, hands kicked. I used to get plates, all of that sort of stuff thrown at me. I've had belts, you name it, I've had it done to me. I've been locked in the house and stuff like that. There was one occasion where I had my hand slammed in a door because I didn't want to get into the car because I felt unsafe. And my stepmom slammed the door on my hand and then told me to get in the car. And she started doing stuff like that, and just the physical side. So, and I know that other people have had it. I know that other people have had similar experiences. And when people that have had that experience say, yeah, it's fucking hard, it is. You lose faith in everyone. You lose trust in everyone. I struggle to trust people. I struggle with human contact, physical contact. I struggle in social situations. I struggle in rooms with people because I feel like I'm going to get attacked. Like, even at 27, I still get nightmares and night terrors to the point where I physically split my lip open constantly, and I cause it to bleed, and I lash out in my sleep. So because I fight them back in my dreams, but in reality I didn't fight back until years later. And I fought back at the age of 17/16, and I was thrown out because I fought back. I was told to leave, never come back. And I left that day. I walked out, I went to town, the local city centre. I saw a few people, they knew what was going on, they knew I fought back at that time. Obviously, they've helped me out, they've put me up. And 2 weeks later, I had about 3-4 days later, actually, it must have been, I had a phone call from the police saying, oh, like, you've gone missing. I'm like, no, I was kicked out for fighting back because you guys didn't help. You left me there. And since then, I've had a real issue with child services, with the police force. Like, I have a fear of hospitals because every time I went to there with a injury that was caused from this abuse, they failed to notice it. They failed me in every way. I've had bad experiences and stuff like that. And that's just that side of it. But when I look at it even more, it's like, because of that, it's made me feel that I'm not good enough for anyone and all that sort of shit. So I push myself to make myself be noticed, and I'm always trying to get people's attention just to see I'm a good person and doing stuff like that. And it's difficult because, like, I just push and push and push because I want people to see. It's not even people to see the good side of me. I just want to know that I'm doing a good job and people accept me. Because when your own parents don't accept you, it's difficult. Your parents are meant to be there to sort of love and all that sort of shit. Mine weren't. Mine starved me as a baby because I wasn't female for 2 weeks. So I went 2 weeks from birth with no food because, like, she didn't want a male, she didn't want a boy, she wanted a female. It's kind of ironic now. But when your biological parents do that, it's insane. And then they wonder, all these years down the line, oh, you're out of control, you're screwed up, you're messed up, you need help. And this sort of thing. It's like, yeah, I know I need help, I know I'm screwed up, but you're the ones that bloody caused this, and it's difficult. And I know there's other people out there that are going through this stuff, and it does get better when you find someone that accepts you and is there for you no matter what, despite essentially your episodes, the just in general. Like, there is people out there. I found that person. I have, and that's my partner. But even in general, there is help out there, and yeah, if you've had enough, it's not right, and if you have enough, I encourage people to fight back, because you don't know when it's going to stop. You don't know, like, living with that fear, you can wake up the next morning dead from your own parents. It's crazy, but I encourage people to fight back with this sort of stuff. It's not right. And if you're going through that, like, obviously, like, my heart goes out to you and all that. But in general, like, just fight back. You're stronger than you think. You don't deserve this. And if you need any support or anything, just obviously links will be down in the description. We're always willing to help. Like, if we can help in any sort of way, even just getting you safe, like getting you out the area so you can find somewhere, or getting somewhere to a friend's place or something, we'll try and help or whatever. Because it's not right. And for me, I went the hard way. I ended up on drinking the drugs, but we'll save all that stage of the life. From like 16 to 20, 21 for another episode with that. But so yeah, that's another episode. Obviously links will be down in the description. Obviously, if you need any support, you know where to go. We're all here. The whole workshop is here for people. We're growing and growing more and more, and we're here for everyone. But yeah, so I will see everyone on the next episode of Ohana Hobby Workshop. Catch you all later.